This is our final report of our Capstone project, our case study of Harley-Davidson. I am Abigail Jerome, and we had Don Alger and Ron Yoshida in our group. Harley-Davidson began operations in 1903 when William Harley and Arthur Davidson built the first Harley motorcycle in Milwaukee. Popularity for the bikes really took off after Walter Davidson, Arthur's brother, rode a Harley bike into victory in a race in 1908. Before long, Harley models dominated the motorcycle industry in the U.S., and they did so for over 4 decades. That was until the introduction of foreign competitors with their faster, lightweight models came in and kind of took some of that share away from Harley. This made Harley managers reevaluate their business strategies and how they were going to compete. The mission that they have written and that they follow is, we fulfill dreams through the experience of motorcycling by providing to motorcyclists and to the general public an expanding line of motorcycles and branded products and services in selected market segments. By having a mission statement, they were really able to focus where their strategies were going to take them through the future. Main challenges that faced Harley-Davidson Company were the aging majority of their customers. Most of their customers are kind of past retirement age and may not be able to continue to ride much into the future. Another challenge is the cost of owning a bike. It's a luxury good, and not all consumers are able to buy an expensive Harley model. As technology improves, they will have to adjust their production and other manufacturing processes to compete in their environment. Some of the major findings and recommendations that we saw were that Harley has built their success on their brand image, their customer loyalty has helped them keep this success, and that they need low cost structure and efficient methods to continue to appeal to their same and new customers. And next we have Ron discussing more of the strategy that has led them here.
We need to be ready to go on, can't be walking.
As stated before, Harley-Davidson Corporation was founded in 1903. By 1920, Harley-Davidson was one of the biggest manufacturers of motorcycles in the world. So big that during World War I and World War II, their motorcycles were used to help the war effort out. By 1950, Harley-Davidson was so big, they were the world's biggest manufacturer, but in 1950, competition started to enter the market from the Japanese. Japanese motorcycle companies included Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, and Kawasaki. By in the 1960s, the Japanese companies owned 85% of the market share for the motorcycle industry in the world. In 1968, after great losses, Harley-Davidson decided to sell the company to AMF. But they sold it to AMF, who made some horrible business strategy decisions. They decided to go against the non-traditional Harley rider, tried to create a new image for Harley-Davidson, in which they failed tremendously. In 1981, Harley-Davidson top executives bought the corporation back and established a strategy that was based on the traditional Harley rider. As they built this base, they also expanded, acquiring different companies. They acquired Buell Motor Company, AVG Augusta, which were both manufacturers of sports bikes. Trying to enter this market, Harley-Davidson realized that it was a terrible mistake. Some of the strategies that I've mentioned are mentioned on the slides presented here. Their business strategies, their global strategies, however, after the loss of tremendous market shares, their global strategies, which is their business strategy today, is they stopped all acquisitions. They sold off the Buell and AVG Augusta corporations. They have expanded markets into foreign countries, including Mexico, Brazil, the Netherlands, and Russia, just to name a few. They've reduced their production costs by redesigning their manufacturing facilities. They laid off 2,700 to 2,900 people, and they have just continued to expand into foreign countries. And I'll let Don speak about the industrial part of it.
Hi, my name is Don Olger. I'm going to go over some of the industrial analysis info. The motorcycle industry depends on consumers to purchase the products. Each company is different and they all have unique transportation needs that determine how a company will manufacture goods to meet those needs. The future of motorcycle industry has immense potential with the increase in global trade and free trade practices. The constant increase in technology and innovation will continue to shape the way each company competes in the global economy. Motorcycle companies like Harley are targeting foreign developing markets to open new operations and to help fuel production with each growing nation. Each country is different and will impact operations in its own way. I want to just touch on a few of the emerging economies that are important to any company to expand globally. First, Brazil. Brazil is the world's 8th largest economy and just under 2 trillion people. What this translates into is that the section of the economy that is in the market for motorcycles is growing, and Harley is positioning themselves to take advantage of this. Local economists expect motorcycle sales to experience a growth of 250% in the next 10 years. In India, the Indian economy is the 7th largest in the world, coming in at just 2.3 billion people, 2.3 trillion GDP, and they're also the 2nd largest population at 1.2 billion. India is the 2nd largest motorcycle buying country in the world, China of course being the first. India is the hallmark country for motorcycles, and if you want to expand your brand, you will have to enter the Indian market. On the environmental side, I wanted to touch on this just for a moment. Currently, motorcycles emit about 90 times more harmful emissions than do cars. The US and the EU, which is the European Union, are in the process of creating new legislation requiring motorcycles to achieve lower tailpipe emissions, to be implemented as soon as 2016 and then again in 2017 and 2021. For the manufacturing side, Harley-Davidson is embracing the future of green manufacturing. For the new requirements that have been put out by the EPA recently, Harley-Davidson is not even affected because they have already challenged their production people and their factories to meet those higher standards. I'm going to go over the 5 forces a little bit. And I'm just going to go through this. Risk of entry is into the U.S. as medium. Although there are more than 20 motorcycle manufacturers in the U.S., only Victory, produced by Polaris, is considered a commercial success other than Harley-Davidson. The bargaining power of suppliers, the bargaining power of third-party suppliers for Harley-Davidson is also medium. There are a lot of manufacturers worldwide, but there are also many suppliers. Bargaining power of buyers. The bargaining power of buyers is medium. Harley sells motorcycles wholesale to their many independent dealers worldwide. The end buyers are single customers who have no bargaining power over the independent dealers. The threat of substitutes. There are more than 20 manufacturers of motorcycles in the U.S. Additionally, there are 3 principal foreign competitors, that being Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki. And which Kawasaki, by the way, is actually built in the U.S. Principal U.S. competitor is just the Victory brand, produced by Polaris. Rivalry of competitors. Worldwide, there are 5 top competitors for the motorcycle sales. Number 1 is Honda at over 15 million units. Then Yamaha number 2 with worldwide sale of 6.9 million. Hero MotoCorp, formerly Hero Honda, at 6.7 million. The other 2 competitors Harley faces are Baja and Victory. Harley's top two competitors are Honda and Yamaha. Both are Japanese companies that compete with Harley for the U.S. market share in motorcycle production. Both companies have gained market share in the U.S. and kept it over the last 50 years because their bikes are different from Harley and appeal to a different side of American culture from the typical Harley rider. Thank you. We're going to have Abigail come on, and she's going to give us our conclusion.
We're going to finish with a SWOT analysis of Harley-Davidson Company. Some major strengths that our group found were the brand image that they've built, their customer loyalty, and the quality of their products. Some main weaknesses: their image carries a very strong association with a big, heavy, tough bike that maybe biker gangs usually are associated with, and that targets a very narrow group of the market, and so Harley has a unique challenge to try and continue to appeal to that group, but to also appeal to a different type of rider. There are a lot of great opportunities for the motorcycle industry. As for Harley-Davidson, they have a constant need for growth and improvement in their own product development, and as we gain technological advances and other changes with environmental standards, Harley has a lot of opportunity to become a very innovative company for their industry. And their main threats are their competitors who can develop models that appeal to the customers that Harley does not, and also that can maybe produce a more efficient bike than Harley can. And a very popular slogan that Harley-Davidson is based off is "Define your world in a whole new way," which is what they do every single day. Thank you.